Okay, chat, we're live. Spots 14 is here. Spotty 14. Okay, chat, we're here. Hopefully the stream doesn't end this time. Chat, I was gonna stream the me versus my dad on Retro Bowl, but that's not gonna be able to happen because YouTube is being stupid and it only allows me to stream one app at a time. So this is what we're going to be doing. We're just going to be going over each team's stats. So before I get into it, I am going to never mind. So Sam Darnold, 4,048 passing yards. Kenneth Walker, 1,027 rushing yards. Jackson Smith-Njigba, 1,793 receiving yards. Ernest Jones, 60 tackles. Brian Murphy, 7 sacks. Oncheka Nwosu, 7 sacks. Leonard Williams, 7 sacks. Ernest Jones, 5 interceptions. Coney Bryant, 4 interceptions. Darian Kendrick, 2 interceptions. Total first downs, 339 on the offense for Seattle. 291 allowed first downs for the Seattle defense. That is insane stat line right there, chat. First downs, rushing, passing by penalty. 125 first downs allowed. 125 first downs by rushing. 179 by passing and 35 by penalty. 83 allowed by rushing on the defense. 176 allowed passing. 32 allowed on penalties. Third down conversions. 82 out of 206 on the offense. Pretty mid. Then on the defense, this is an insane stat line here. 75 allowed third down conversions out of 234 allowed, or 234 attempts. That is absolutely insane. 75 out of 234%. Hold up, let me do the math here. I'm pulling up my calculator on my phone right now. Let me do the math. 234 divided by 75. Wow. I don't know if I did the math right, but that's a 3.12% chance of getting a first down on this defense. If that's true, that is insane. I don't know if I did that right, but if that is true, a 3% chance of getting a first down on third down against the Seattle defense, that is absolutely insane if that is true. Wow. If that is true, that would be insane. Fourth down conversions. The Seahawks only attempted fourth down 12 times, but converted on 7 of them. And their opponents attempted 45 times and converted on 23 of them. Total offensive yards. Seahawks offense almost had 6,000 total offensive yards. Almost 5,973. They were 27 off from being a 6,000 yard team. Let that sink in. Let that sink in, chat. They almost had 6,000 yards of total offense. Wow. They were 23 away. And the defense didn't even allow 4,860 yards allowed. That is insane, chat. You do not understand that their offense had over 1,000 more yards than their defense allowed. That is a good team right there. That is a very good team. That is absolutely insane. So on the offense then, Seattle's offense had 2,096 rushing yards. Pretty good. And then over on the defense, they allowed 1,563 rushing yards. That's decent. That's pretty good. And then rushing, the average rushing yards allowed. Wait, hold on. Oh, yeah. Here, I skipped this one here. So offensive plays and their average yards on the offense, they had 1,063 plays and averaged 5.6. Pretty good. And then on the defense, there was 1,096 snaps on the defense, and they allowed 4.4 average yards. That is wow. Dude, that just blows my mind. 4.4 average yards allowed. That is absolutely insane. That's not even half the distance that you need to get a first down. Let that sink in. If you're playing Seattle's defense, you're going to be doing this all game. This is all you're going to be doing this game. That game. Like, my goodness. If you're playing Seattle's defense, well, good luck to you. Okay, and then we're going to go total rushing yards, plays, and average. 507 rushing attempts, and 4.1 average yards allowed. 418 rushing attempts, 3.7 yards allowed. Wow. So if you're passing it, you're only going to get 4.4 yards on average. If you're running it, you're only going to get 3.7 yards on average. This is your passing game. This is your rushing game. That's when you're playing the Seattle defense. 3.7 average yards and 4.4 average passing yards. I am in shock right now. I didn't look. I swear I didn't look at this before stream or anything. This is my first time looking at these stats, and this is posted by the Seattle Seahawks. These are true stats. We're gonna go over the Patriots stats later too, but as of right now, that is insane. 4,063 total passing yards for the Seattle Seahawks, and then 3,619 allowed on the defense. Pretty good. Pretty good. Completion, interception, completion attempts, interception. So 325 completions out of 481 attempts and 15 interceptions for the Seattle Seahawks offense. And then over here, th 375 allowed completions, 600 attempts, 18 takeaways, or 18 interceptions. That is insane. 18 interceptions on defense in 17 games. In 17 games, you have 18 interceptions on your defense. I'm just in awe. This defense is a generational talent, dude. Sacks. Sam Darnold had 27 sacks. And then, over on the defensive side, they sacked the quarterback 47 times. This is gonna be your quarterback all game long if you're playing Seattle. That's all that's gonna be happening to your quarterback, dude. They're just gonna be getting pounded and their bones are gonna be cracking, dude. You're gonna be on your 6th-string running back. Wow. Yeah, field goals 41 for 48, 25 for 31 on the defensive side. That's not really. 51 touchdowns on offense. 51 touchdowns on offense, chat. 51 touchdowns on offense. 31 allowed on defense. 31 allowed on defense and 51 on offense. That's 20 different. That's a gap of 20 touchdowns. There is like no weakness to this team. This team is like locked together like a chain. That might be this. That's an insane stat line there. Touchdown, passing, rushing, returns, defensive. So, 19 rushing touchdowns, 25 passing touchdowns, 3 returning touchdowns. I think all of them by Rashid Shaheed, one of the best kick returner in the game, who sadly might not be able to play in the Super Bowl. I don't know if that's true or not. I heard something about that. And then 3 defensive touchdowns. So either scoop and scores or pick sixes. Pretty good. pretty good. And then over on the defensive side, they allowed 9 rushing touchdowns. They only allowed 29 total touchdowns. They allowed 29 total touchdowns on defense. Not even 30? You couldn't get them 30? Wow. And then 1 returning touchdown and 1 defensive takeaway, and then 1 defensive, and then a -3 turnover ratio on the offense. And then the defense doesn't have a stat for that. So, if you're a fan of the Seattle Seahawks, you're going to be pretty good. I think this is going to be New England's offense the entire game. That is insane. Okay, now we're going to look at New England Patriots stats. Team stats posted by, once again, the New England Patriots, their own. This is the same layout here, too. First, I'm going to go to my water, BRB chat. This will literally take like a minute. Okay, chat, I'm back. Just grabbing some water to stay hydrated, chat. Chat, who do you all want to win the Super Bowl? And who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? No, I don't want to follow the New England Patriots. Any viewers in here? Okay, we got 1 viewer. Who do you think is going to win a Super Bowl? Oh, they're gone. Okay, so then now we're over on New England Patriots side. Here, the New England Patriots had 360 total first downs on offense and 302 allowed on defense. Not as good as Seattle's defense, that's for sure. First downs, rushing, passing by penalty, 128 by rushing, 206 by passing, and 26 by penalty. And then on the defense, they allowed 104 by rushing, 171 by passing. Terrible. And 27 by penalty. They're jumping way too fast off the line. Third down conversions. 85 for 198 for New England. 77 for 200 on the defense. That's up there with Seattle. I mean, Seattle's is definitely Seattle's is still more impressive, but 77 out of 200. That's still less than 50% chance of getting a third down conversion against the New England defense. Fourth down conversions. The offense, 18 for 25. And the defense allowed 10 for 30. That's also pretty good. That's up there with the Seattle defense once again. 10 for 30. Chat, if you're wondering, the total offensive yards, 6,449 offensive yards? What? Oh my goodness. Bro, these were the defenses that they were playing against, though. 6,449 total offensive yards? What? 5,019 allowed on the defense. But that stat line right there is insane. But Drake May also only had 77 passing yards the last game against Denver. But that doesn't matter because this is regular season stats, if you didn't know. 6,449 though. Let that sink in. That number is absolutely insane. Wow. Offensive plays, average yards. So 1,076 offensive plays for New England and 6 average yards. 996 defensive plays and 5 average yards. Pretty good. Not nearly as good as the Seattle defense, though. But still pretty good. Total rushing yards, 2,191 rushing yards on the offense, and 1,729 rushing yards allowed on the defense. Rushing plays, average yards, 494 rushing plays, 4.4 average yards a rush. And then on the defense, 411 rushing plays, 4.2 average yards. Yeah, you're like 0.5 off of Seattle, but that's still an insane stat line. Yeah. Total passing yards, 4,459 from Drake May. What a guy. What a man. What a QB. What a great quarterback. Sadly, he didn't win MVP, though, which I don't think he should have won. Some of you might think differently. But I do think Matthew Stafford deserved the MVP. And it's good that he got the MVP. But Drake May was only 1 vote off from tying MVP with Matthew Stafford and 2 votes off from winning MVP. So, if you're a Patriots fan, don't be disappointed. Drake May, still a really good quarterback. And then 3,512 allowed on the defense. Yeah, mid. Okay. Sacks. 48 sacks Drake May took. Get this man some help. POV, you're the Patriots O-line. Then 35 sacks on the defense had 35 sacks. Okay. Field goals, 27 for 32, 19 for 23 on the other team. 58 touchdowns on the offense. You know what we gotta do. 58 touchdowns on the offense and 38 allowed on the defense. That's also a 20 touchdown gap, just like the New England Patriots. Touchdown. Rushing, passing, returns, defensive. 22 rushing touchdowns, 31 passing touchdowns by Drake May, 3 returning touchdowns, and 2 defensive touchdowns. And then on the defense, they had 11 passing touchdowns, They allowed 11 rushing touchdowns, allowed 25 allowed 25 passing touchdowns, and there was one returning touchdown and one defensive touchdown for their opponents. Turnover ratio, the New England Patriots are +3. Take a look at Drake May stats if you want to. 419 attempts, 354 completions, 4,394, 72% completion percentage, 8.9 yards on attempt, 31 touchdowns, 6.3 TD percent, 8 interceptions, 1.6 interception percent, 72 long, 47 sacks, 201 sack lost, and 113 QB rating. Pretty good. And then the rookie TreVeyon Hendrickson also had a pretty good season with 180 rushing attempts, 911 yards, 5.1 yards a carry, and 69 was his longest rushing yard, and 9 touchdowns. Ramondre Stevenson, 130 attempts, 603 yards, 4.6 yards attempt, 56 long, 7 touchdowns. Drake May, 103 attempts, 450 yards, 4.4 yards a carry, 28 was his longest rush, and 4 rushing touchdowns. Darnold meter, chat. It's the Darnold meter time. Darnold meter. How much are we trusting Sam Darnold right now? Chat, how much do we trust Sam Darnold? Let's view his trust history. Past 7 days. So he started off at 60% trust. Then he got up to 77. Then he got all the way down to 61. Then spiked up again to 73. Then got down to 67. 67. Then got up to 77. And 76. Then 58, which was terrible. And then all the way up to 86. Fell down to 69. Got back up to 78. Fell all the way down to 55%. Then went to 63. 64, 72, 69, 79, 57 trust rate, 62, 62, 67, 73, 73, 70, and 67. Right now, I'm trusting Sam Darnold. I don't think he's going to be seeing ghosts. I think Drake May is going to be the one seeing ghosts against that Seattle defense. Which would low-key be kind of funny, because Drake May would be seeing ghosts and not Sam Darnold, which would be kind of funny in my opinion. But Sam Darnold right now is more leaning toward the trust side than the trustless side. So, does he have ice in his veins, or will he see more ghosts? We'll find that out tomorrow. Is there anything else that I gotta do that you want me to do, chat? Anything else? I'm trying to think of an idea, chat. If there's anything else that I should do. Wait, hold up, chat. If I do this here, will my screen go black? I gotta check this out here, chat. Testing in progress, chat. Oh my goodness, bro, this thing won't turn on. Okay, chat. Testing in progress. Hold up, chat. Testing in progress. Okay. Okay, chat. This is the matchup here. The 16-3 Seattle Seahawks, because this is including their postseason record too, and the 17-3 New England Patriots. The reason why the Seahawks have one less game because they had the first round bye, and the Patriots didn't, because the Broncos had the first round bye. And I'm gonna go get a special guest here. Okay, chat. We got my dad here to share his thoughts on the Super Bowl. Who do you think's gonna win? Who do you want's gonna win? Do you think Sam Darnold's gonna see ghosts? What do you think the Seattle defense is gonna be like? Do you think Drake May is gonna play good? Who do you think's gonna win Super Bowl MVP?
It's a lot of questions. How long do you have? Forever. I think Seattle's going to win. I kind of want New England to win, just because I like Mike Vrabel. Drake May would be pretty cool, but I am kind of rooting for Sam Darnold because he's had a rough go beginning of his career.
And it would be awesome as us Packers fans watching the Vikings trade away Sam Darnold, and then he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
That'd be cool. So this is one of the rare Super Bowls where I am completely happy with
whoever wins.
Again, probably rooting a little bit more towards Seattle because of Sam Darnold, and he has had a bad rap and came up short in big games and played bad in some big games. Seattle's defense is pretty good, but New England's defense has been playing really well too. But I think the better team is probably Seattle. So, yeah, I'm going to say Seattle wins. I think this is a race to 30. I think it's like 30, 32 to 27, 28. I think it's going to be high scoring. It's going to be probably come down to the fourth quarter, whoever scores last type of scenario. So,
who do you think is going to win Super Bowl MVP?
Well, it's either going to be Sam Darnold. If he plays well, they're going to give it to the quarterback. The only way I don't think he would win it if Seattle wins is if
JSN has a monster game.
If he has just an unbelievable game, then...
I mean, we know JSN can come up in big moments, as we saw against the Rams last game.
I mean, one-handed catches, and if he pulls Sam Darnold along with him with just some great catches, they could give it to him. On the Patriots side, it would pretty much have to be Drake May. And I think Drake May needs to run. Like, if they're going to win, he needs to scramble.
Yeah, because we saw against the Texans, he fumbled like 4 times against their defensive line.
Yeah.
And the Seahawks defensive line is maybe even, is probably better. So he's going to be running for his life out there. So this is the Super Bowl rematch of, what number Super Bowl was it? 50?
Yeah, maybe 50.
When Russell Wilson threw the interception at the 1-yard line. Were you watching that game live or no?
I was watching it. I watched the interception where they did not run it with
Marshawn Lynch.
And I believe Malcolm Butler came up with the interception. And I mean, think of that game. If they win, if the Seahawks run it and Marshawn scores, that's Russell Wilson's second Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And he's in the Hall of Fame. No doubt.
Mm-hmm.
2 Super Bowls, Russ is going in. But now Russ might not even go into the Hall of Fame. He's Hall of Fame with 2 Super Bowls, no doubt. Now that he's only got 1, and because he's played very poorly over the last 4 or 5 years here, he might not ever make the Hall of Fame.
Okay, what was your reaction when they threw the interception at the 1 yard line?
I didn't think he intercepted it. At first, I thought they were going to call him for pass interference because he arrived right. I mean, both receiver and defender arrived at the ball at the same time. But they had practiced that. The Patriots had practiced that all week long. Bill Belichick knew that they were going to run that play. So at first I wasn't sure what happened. Once I realized, a second or two later that he intercepted it, I was looking for a flag because it was kind of bang bang. And then when they didn't throw a flag and they called it an interception, I was like, are you kidding me? Patriots just won the Super Bowl. I mean, I was a little nervous because I remember they got the ball and there's still time left. They had to kneel it out and they were,
like
it's
at
a touchback.
5.
So, yeah, they were. Oh yeah. Well, did he intercept it in the?
Well, I think
he intercepted it, but I think he came out of the end zone.
I think he intercepted it right at the goal line, and then he kind of ran it back a little bit, maybe.
I forget where they were, but I know they were close to the end zone, so it wasn't okay, we're good, we can just kneel it out because they didn't have that much room to keep kneeling it and going backwards. But at that point, it was just kind of a formality.
So this is the rematch. Do you think it'll be the same outcome, or you said that you think the Seahawks are going to win it, but do you think anything similar to that game will happen in this game, or do you think since it's two completely different coaches now and two different quarterbacks playing, do you think it'll be a completely different playbook? Or
I mean, there's a slight odd in Sam Darnold's favor that he'll throw the first pick or more interceptions, and I don't know. I mean, Drake May he hasn't been in the league more than 2 years here, right? So I think this game will be different, but again, if Sam Darnold just plays good, I think the Seahawks win. If Drake May can scramble, because there's some stats out there that Seattle's defense is really good at stopping the run, but they're not very good at stopping quarterback scrambles. So if Drake May can keep the defense on their toes by picking some good times to quarterback scramble, Patriots got a really good chance of winning this. It's not because Seahawks are. I don't think the Seahawks are going to blow out the Patriots.
like some other people are thinking.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to, but we'll see.
Okay, so one last thing for you here. This is the Darnold trust meter that I found out about on Thursday.
Yep.
Do you trust him more or do you trust him less in the Super Bowl?
Can I press this?
Mm-hmm. There. So you trust Sam Darnold more than to
Yes.
perform.
Yes. I trust him because he's been in 2-3 big games now in the season, playoffs. This is a Super Bowl, so obviously this ramps it up another level. But I really think that he's gonna do okay. I don't believe he's going to have a bad game or a terrible game. I think he's going to either be okay, good, or great. But I don't think he's going to just have a terrible game like he did in the
wild card round with the
Minnesota.
Vikings.
Yep.
So, thank you for your time. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to ask you, but I can't really come up with anything. I was saying earlier that since the Seattle defense is so good that I think Drake May might be the one seeing ghosts.
He could. Hopefully he doesn't fumble as much as he did in
I think
the divisional game.
I think some of that was the factor of the weather, since it was really slippery there.
Yeah.
Both quarterbacks turned it over like 4 times.
Yeah, CJ was having a rough time too, so we'll see. It'll be fun.
Well, thanks for coming on the stream and for sharing your thoughts.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anytime.
Hold up. Can you see if Maya wants to come on the stream? Okay, chat. So those were my dad's thoughts there. I agree with him with almost all of his takes. I mean, I wasn't watching the Super Bowl where Russell Wilson threw the interception at the 1-yard line, but I've seen like videos of it and stuff. But yeah, I agree with my dad's predictions. Okay, so now my sister is coming on the stream. It's bleach. So now my sister is coming on the stream. She doesn't know a lot about football, but she still watches it. Who do you want to win the Super Bowl, and who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl?
I think I want the Seahawks to win, and I think they are going to win. Just because, yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so after this timer here, after this timer is up, this is the Seahawks quarterback, Sam Darnold. Okay, so like this
wavelength.
This is like a Super Bowl. This is a Super Bowl rematch from like 10 years ago, and the Seahawks' old quarterback Russell Wilson threw an interception at the 1-yard line and the Patriots or the Seahawks lost the game then because of that. So now there's this thing, and Sam Darnold is like he has like a meme of like seeing ghosts because he said he's seeing ghosts when he was on the Jets. So after this timer is up, you could choose if you trust him to lead the Super Bowl, to lead the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl, if you think he's gonna see ghosts after this timer's up.
What do I do?
Just click 1 after the timer's up.
After the timer's up?
Yeah, you could only vote every 5 minutes. So.
Oh. And is that like what other people are thinking?
Yeah, you could see his trust history here in the last like 24 hours, 7 days.
What dipped?
Yeah, but now it's coming back up. He's at 67% chance.
How do you go back?
Just that. So 50 seconds until. Stop spamming FA! So, since you don't know a lot about football, do you want to share like anything to the stream?
About what?
About like how, like who you wanted to win and stuff?
I wanted the Rams to win because Madison Beer is dating Justin.
The Rams?
Yeah.
You mean the Chargers?
Oh yeah. My bad.
Okay, so you trust Sam Darnold. All of us trust Sam Darnold. I trust Sam Darnold, Dad trusts Sam Darnold, and you trust Sam Darnold. So, thanks for your time on the stream, and thanks for your thoughts. Stop spamming all my... Bye. Okay, so those were my family's thoughts. Well, I would get my mom on the stream, but she doesn't really like being on the internet, so I'm not going to get her on the stream. But those are me, my sister, and my dad's thoughts of who's going to win the Super Bowl, if we trust Sam Darnold, if we don't trust Sam Darnold. I went over all the stats of Seattle's defense and offense, New England's defense and offense. This is ultimately going to be a really close game, I think, too. I agree with my dad, and I didn't ask my sister for a score prediction, but I don't this is going to be a close Super Bowl. I think this is going to be a good Super Bowl. But one thing that I noticed is that nobody's talking about the Super Bowl logo conspiracy theory once again. So, Super Bowl LX images. So, this is the logo here. As you can see, there's green. And that green is pretty close to the Seattle Seahawks green in their logo, like on the eye of the Seahawk. Right there. That's pretty close to the Seattle green. And then also, you got blue in the background and red right there. That's some red right there for the Patriots. And then you obviously have blue in the background. This is the green right here that I'm talking about for the Patriots. And yet, I haven't seen anybody talking about the conspiracy theory, even though it striked again, and the Patriots, and the Seahawks are both of their colors are in this logo here. Once again, the NFL tried to end it once we found out this logo. Nope, you couldn't do it because you got the green there and you got the red for the Patriots. But I'm surprised nobody has been talking about this, and I might be the only one who noticed it. There might be other people who noticed it, just haven't posted about it, or like they don't post on YouTube. But that I noticed that, and I was surprised that nobody was talking about it. So I just wanted to share to you guys that the Super Bowl cover conspiracy theory strikes again, and I hope the next one has green and gold in it, because that means my Packers are gonna be in the Super Bowl. Because once again, it strikes again. Here, I'll show you. Super Bowl color theory. Okay, chat, I'm trying to find a good one here. So, here, I mean, obviously this one's not true, but here, up on the top, yellow for the Rams, orange for the Bengals, red for the Chiefs, bluey green for the, green for the Eagles, red for the Niners, red for the Chiefs, but also people are saying, like, since Taylor Swift's favorite color is, like, purple or something, they're saying purple is for the Chiefs, red for the Chiefs, once again, green for the Eagles, and then here, this one isn't true, but you got the green for the Seahawks, and then you got the red for the Niners. If I can zoom in. But it strikes again, and nobody is talking about it. For the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Super Bowls, it has been the colors in the Super Bowl logo have represented the teams playing in the Super Bowl. And I don't know if you guys have seen this. NFL post leaks Super Bowl I'm trying to find the post because right here. This one right here. Do you notice something? Sam Darnold all the way up in the front. Look who's right next to him. Drake May. The two guys in the very front of this entire crowd who made the Super Bowl are in front of the entire crowd. Now, yes, could this just be a coincidence? Could the color logo theory be a coincidence? Yes, but still, this is insane theories that have been going on lately, and who knows if the NFL could be scripted? Me personally, I don't think the NFL is scripted. I think the NFL is just it's just like any other sport that's not scripted. But still, there's a lot of theories going on right now. Here, this one shows it better. Script leaked, it says, and then it has the circle around Drake May and Sam Darnold in front of the entire crowd. So, that is the Super Bowl script leaked, possibly. I don't think it was leaked, but some people think that the NFL is scripted, but I think it's just a coincidence. Yes, so people are saying the Patriots had a easy schedule. Yes, was their schedule pretty easy? Yes, it was. But they also beat some good teams in the playoffs. Some people are saying the only reason why the Patriots got to the Super Bowl is because they had a cupcake schedule. They played easy teams. They played a backup in Jarrett Stidham. They played a 4-turnover quarterback in C.J. Stroud. They played washed Aaron Rodgers. And so let's take a look at their schedule. They played the Raiders, easy team. Dolphins, easy team. Steelers, mid. Panthers, mid. Bills, hard team. Saints, easy team. Titans, easy team. Browns, easy team. Falcons, easy team. Buccaneers, easy team. Jets, easy team. Bengals, easy team. Giants, easy team. That's 10. Then the bye. Then they play the Bills again. The Ravens, they were Jets, easy team. And then Dolphins, easy team. That's 12 easy teams out of a 17-game schedule. But I'm not one who thinks the Patriots are a bad team. I do think the Patriots are a really good team. But they did have a really easy schedule, I will say that. And their road to the Super Bowl wasn't too hard. But I still think they're a good team. And I don't think they're going to get beat as bad as people are saying they are going to get beat. I do think it'll be close. I think it'll be my score prediction is Patriots 23, Seahawks 27. And now let's take a look at the Seahawks schedule. Uh, 2025 schedule right here. Now their schedule was a lot harder. Niners, hard team. Steelers, mid. Saints, mid. Cardinals, mid. Bucks, easy team. Jags, Texans. Commanders were easy. Rams. Vikings got better as it went on. Rams again, and then the Niners. That's 6 hard teams and a decent amount of mid teams in here too. So the Patriots definitely had a harder schedule than the Seahawks. Both teams are still really good teams. Neither team is a bad team. I still think both teams deserve to be in the Super Bowl. But this is really going to be the test of this is. But there is a funny clip going around. Mike Vrabel is the Super Bowl a must videos. Okay, here's the video. Oh, sorry, it's muted. Wait, chat, why can't I hear it?
Kind of the attitude that I've always taken.
Okay, chat.
Is this a must-win game?
a must-win. Yeah, I think every time we go out is a must-win game. I mean, it's kind of the attitude that I've
It's
always
the
taken
Super
in
Bowl.
National Football League.
Why wouldn't it be a must-win game? That is one of the stupidest questions I've ever seen. Hire that one kid who asked Tom Brady who his hero is. Bro, these guys go through years of schooling, and then they go and ask the head coach of the team who is in the Super Bowl if the Super Bowl is a must-win game when you have a 7-year-old out there asking Tom Brady who his hero is. Hire that kid. Like, what is this question? Is the Super Bowl a must-win game? Like, what type of question is that? I don't understand. And then, you got a whole bunch of, you got people asking the head coach is, the Super Bowl a must-win game. You got Sam Darnold meter, see if he's gonna see ghosts, if he's gonna play good. Like, you got the Super Bowl conspiracy theory. You got the post at the beginning of the season where Sam Darnold and Drake May were at the front of the line. And then we're gonna look up Nick Emenworry injury. So this is Nick Emenworry's injury right here. Wait, what? Well, if you don't know, Nick Emenworry got injured. Here. Nick Emenworry injury update. Seahawks safety. Seahawks safety doesn't practice, but Super Bowl outlook good. He injured. Nobody wants to get hurt or banged up during Super Bowl week or anything like that. He said, "I'll be fine. I'll be good." So Nick Emenworry is pointing to playing tomorrow in the Super Bowl. Rashid Shaheed not playing in Super. Stubbed toe is apparently the reason why he's not playing in the Super Bowl. I don't know if this is true or not. But he has a stubbed toe. So I don't know if this is true, if he's not going to be playing in the Super Bowl. I just saw a video about it by D1 Como that said Rashid Shaheed not playing in the Super Bowl because of a stubbed toe. I don't know if that's true or not. I think it might be fake, but at the same time, I think it might be real. Let me know your thoughts on that. Let me know what you think, the score of the game is going to be. Who you think's going to win, who you want to win, who's going to win Super Bowl MVP. Me, I guess I haven't shared who I think is going to win Super Bowl MVP. I got Sam Darnold winning Super Bowl MVP. I think Sam Darnold's going to pass for 270-plus yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception by Sam. Drake May, he'll have 200-plus passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. JSN, 6 receptions, 8 targets, 100-plus yards, and 1 touchdown. That's my prediction for this game. My score prediction, I said, is Seahawks 27, Patriots 23. This is going to be a good Super Bowl. Bad Bunny doing halftime show. Me personally, I don't like Bad Bunny. Let me know if you like Bad Bunny. Honestly, I never even really heard of Bad Bunny until I found out he was doing the Super Bowl halftime show. And I don't really care about the halftime show though. all I care is about the sports and the football. But that is going to do it for this stream. This was a very fun stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's all I got for you on the Super Bowl. Conspiracy theories, stats, scores, updates. That's all I got. Thanks for tuning into the stream. And that's all I got.